kick right in front of the goal, and it's in.
Second, cuts to the corner, takes the shot, he scores!
Senior, number 22, Isaac Riven. At senior, defender, number 4, Finn O'Toole. At defender, senior, number 30, Eric Vanderpute. A sophomore midfielder, number 31, Victor Slack. And finally, for the Blue Devils, a sophomore forward, number 25, Benton Thompson. The Blue Devils are coached by head coach Aaron Tanzik, assisted by Adam Young, Mike Gullo, and Ron Wilshire. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's the starting lineups for today's Peters Township Indians. In goal this evening, a junior, number 60, Marcus Biziak. At defender, a junior, number 2, Caden Hensler. At midfield this evening, a junior, number 3, Adam Sniga. At defender, a sophomore, number 6, Cam Glass. At midfield this evening for the Indians, a senior, number 9, Nate Freilich. At midfield, a junior, number 10, Brett Martin. At defender, a senior, number 12, Logan Sawich. At midfield, a junior, number 18, Parker Weiss. At midfield this evening, a junior, number 19, Jevin Kelly. At defender for the Indians this evening, a senior, number 21, Adam Sandrowski. And finally, for the Indians, a midfielder, senior, number 27, Blake Gablehart.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Confluence Stadium, where the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils are here to take on your Peters Township Indians. This is a match that will surely be full of excitement here. I heard it was a blackout earlier today at the school, signifying a possible ending to the Mount Lebanon dreams of a postseason. We shall see. Peters Township did take them last time they met several weeks back, and Mount Lebanon is fighting for any chance here to stay alive in the postseason. So they should be fighting with plenty of vim and vigor. I'm Van Kelly. I'll be your host tonight, announcing the play-by-play. I'm flying solo here, and I'll try to do my best. So the lineups have been announced, and it sounds like Peters Township is sticking with mostly its same starters that it's had throughout the season. Adam Smiga's out there at defensive midfield, which is maybe a slight change, but he's been playing very well, so he certainly deserves it. And kickoff. Mount Lebanon with the ball, kicks it up to the Peters Township end of the court and out of bounds. Off Sandrowski's head, Mount Lebanon throw. And starting off a little slow, right out of bounds again. Adam Sandrowski with the throw. Bouncing around on the far end of the field, over at the Peters Township fans side of the field. opposite from where yours truly is announcing. And Caden Hensler kicks it back up to 20-yard line. It's bouncing around a little bit and can't seem to get off that side of the field. So a little bit of a slow start, but I'm sure that will change any minute. Jevin getting into the mix with a header. Cam Glass chasing, but then kicked up. And again, out of bounds. So maybe let's see if we can get it. Oh, okay. It's a free kick. Sandrowski with the kick. Way up. Beautiful kick and headed out of bounds by a Mount Lebanon player. And if I get a chance to get some of these names right for the Mount Lebanon team, it'll be a miracle. Lots of bouncing around. Jevin chasing. And out of bounds. Peters Township throw. And again, Adam Sandrowski with the throw in. He's got a good throw. He can get it all the way into the box and does. And it goes out for a Peters Township corner. So first set play of the game for Peters. Jevin Kelly setting up to take the kick. Jevin's been taking most of the kicks ever since, third or fourth game in. For the last several games anyway. Seems to be doing a fair job of it. This one is a little bit low and lazy looking. We'll talk about that later. And it looks like he's going to get another shot at it. I get to talk about Jevin that way because I am his father. Okay, the ball bouncing in front of the goal mouth and still alive. Oh, this is dangerous. If you're Mount Lebanon, that was a very dangerous look. It bounced right back in front of the goal. And I believe it was maybe Gable Hart that got a foot on it, but it just went a little bit to the left side. So, goal kick for Mount Lebanon. And right about to the 45. I'm just using the football markers. I'm not actually going to try to figure out the extra 10 yards here and there or whatever that would be. Brett Martin on the ball. He's got room. He's got a man coming up behind, but he sends it beautifully to Gable Hart. Gable Hart coming in and has to bring it back. Puts it across tried to put it across the goal mouth, but it got chipped away by Mount Lebanon, and now they're bringing it out. Brett Martin stays with it, though, and so it goes out for a Mount Lebanon throw. Peters Township resets. And the throw. Martin with the header. Still heading up around. Mount Lebanon brings it down, number 31. Parker Weiss. Back to Caden Hensler. Caden Hensler sends it over to Jevin Kelly. Mount Lebanon getting the ball and kicking it back up. And Caden gets called, I believe, for pushing, shoving in the back, jumping over somebody. Whatever you want to call it. It's a free kick for Mount Lebanon. Their first set play of the game. Let's see what they can do with it. Ooh, not a bad kick. It has potential, but it ends up just going out of bounds. Blocked out by Parker Weiss. And Marcus Biziak, with his first action of the game, boots it up. And Cam Glass chasing. Sandrowski just getting it kicked out. Mount Lebanon throw right at the 40-yard line. And Weiss strong on the ball. And what a nice cross over to trying to reach Gable Hart. Doesn't quite. Well, no, that was actually trying to reach Brett Martin. Didn't quite get there. Oh, but Brett gets it sort of. Oh, they're really fighting out there. Adam Smiga And Adam Smiga goes down as he kicks the ball away. So he draws the foul. It'll be free kick. And Sandrowski again. I think they like Sandrowski's leg out there. He seems to have the power to get it down there and be dangerous, even at the 35 here. Oh, look at that. What a kick right into the mix. And Brett Martin with the foot on it. Gable Hart chasing it back. And it's off on Mount Lebanon for a Peters Township throw. Adam Smiga with the throw. Sawwich chasing, and Sendro puts it back in. And Froelich with his first real touches on the ball. Froelich had a beautiful goal the other night. Oh, here's Jevin Kelly, but he kicks it right into a Mount Lebanon player, and it's out for a throw-in. Froelich with a beautiful goal the other night against Norwin in a game that they really had to win and did. Beautiful game, really, over at Norwin. And so Peters Township is right in the mix for the postseason. I believe they're in third place at the moment. But if with a win tonight, they could certainly go up from there. Ball in for Mount Lebanon. And it's kind of bouncing around in there. Froelich coming out with it and just sends it way out of bounds. Allows Peters a little breathing room here. Cam Glass with the kick up to midfield. Gable Hart holding off his defender and getting it to Froelich. Froelich getting it up to, intercepted before it got to Brett Martin. And Sawwich. Oh, nice stuff by Sawwich to get it off his Mount Lebanon player. And Froelich trying to get through three players. Can't quite make it happen. So Mount Lebanon getting it up, and Caden Hensler getting it back to Brett Martin. And Cam Glass with the ball. I think he tried to get it over there towards Jevon's side. Cam Glass again does get it over to Jevon this time. Jevon coming down the side. Takes on two players and is still going. Coming down the side. Let's see if he can get across. Oh, he gets it to Gable Hart, and Gable Hart puts it over. And between the one defender that was there and the goalkeeper, they riled it in. But that was good stuff. Hopefully we'll see much more of that. So Peters Township with a few chances so far already in this game. Only 10 minutes in. Throw in for Mount Lebanon. Taking a little breather here, getting set. And a high kick. Yep. High kick is called. It looked like Cam Glass was getting his head in there, and I saw one of the Mount Lebanon feet almost hit it. But Cam looks just fine, so maybe he got away unscathed there. He's a tough kid, so he's not going down easy. Here's Sendro with another boot. Way up to the 30-yard line, bouncing around. And again, another call. Another call going Peters' way. And this is in the territory that someone like Sendro could actually put it on the net. And you kind of hope for maybe a rebound or a scoop up, assuming it doesn't just go in. But he certainly has the foot to do something dangerous here. He kind of chips it up for one of his players to grab, but it's the goaltender that comes down with it. And the keeper waiting for everyone to get reset. In no hurry. He puts it down. Gable Hart gives a little threat of chase, but the goalkeeper gets it away. And here we are back at just beyond the 50. Mount Lebanon player, he's kind of running circles around and gets past a couple guys, but, whoa, still gets past a couple guys. But that's where it stops. Brett Martin on the ball, Gablehart chasing, Sawich chasing. Brett Martin almost gets it up to Gablehart, but he goes out of bounds. Mount Lebanon throw. Sawich with the header. Smiga with the header, and Brett Martin pulls it down. Let's see who he can find here. He's got many players to choose from, and he goes for Gablehart. Gablehart on the ball, using his speed. We'd love to see that. Here comes Gablehart around the corner. Let's see if he can do something here, and he lets it roll out for a corner kick. What just happened here? Oh, I got it. You good? Okay, we're back. Little technical difficulties, so. Mount Lebanon on the ball. Tries to connect a pass, but Caden Hensler is right in the way, and he kicks it up, and it rolls out of bounds at the 27-yard line, let's say. And the throw-in never does come in, so it'll be a Peters Township throw. Logan Sawich throws it up to Froelich. Parker Weiss bringing the ball down. Gets it over to Jevin Kelly. Jevin Kelly off to Cam Glass. Or no, is that Froelich or Glass? They look similar from this angle. And that was Cam Glass. Tries to get it over to, I believe, Brett Martin. But the goalkeeper comes up with it. So a nice little sort of 1-2 play there. Goaltender kicks it up. It's bouncing around the 40-yard line. Adam Smiga with the header. Cam Glass on the ball. And he kicks it up, and it comes off the Mount Lebanon number 10. So another throw for Logan Sawich. Up to the 30. Froelich on the ball. Froelich beats a couple guys. He's kind of tracking back, and he gets it over to Jevin Kelly. Jevin brings it down with a nice touch. And Jevin on the ball. Jevin with a shot, but Mount Lebanon player gets right in front of him, but it's still in a position for somebody to do something with it, and it is Froelich on the ball. Froelich trying to find room to take a shot. Froelich now looking for somebody. He finds Jevin. Jevin is fighting back for the ball, but Mount Lebanon gets it out of there. Caden Hensler putting it right back in. Gablehart. Brett Martin. No. Mount Lebanon has possession, but it's still in dangerous territory, and now Peters has gotten possession again. Brett Martin trying to track it down, but it gets kicked out up to the 30-yard line. Froelich giving chase, and Sawich does a nice step, still in bounds. Oh, Brett Martin keeping it in bounds and working hard to keep that ball. But the whistle does blow, and it will be a Mount Lebanon free kick or throw. Free kick. So a lot of good stuff here. We'll see if one of these times it can result in something. I have a feeling something's coming soon, but I should probably just knock on wood there. Like I say, this is really an important game for both teams. And I think as fans of Peters Township, we expect them to win this game. But on the other hand, if they didn't, that would have major precautions for their season. So it's certainly not a done deal here. Major precautions? I don't think that's the word I wanted. But there's no one here in this box to correct me, so what the heck? Okay, so we have subbed out some players, and I see that Dante Pusateri is in. I believe he might have come in for Brett Martin. Alex Parise is also in. I think he maybe came in for Blake Gablehart. And out on the left wing, Braden Apple has replaced Jevin Kelly. So let's see what these guys can do. They basically replaced their front line, which I love it. Let's see if these guys can make something happen here. It's great to have a second string that can really just, you don't really lose much with these guys. They're all very capable of playing as starters. Ramifications was the word I was looking for those of you that are paying attention. Ramifications. Dante Pusateri on the ball, but it rolls out of bounds. And a Mount Lebanon throw, and comes right back out of bounds. So I was going to go through the standings here. According to what I'm looking at right this minute, Upper St. Clair's in first place, 11-1. Norwin second place, 8-3-0. Peters Township 8-3-0. So actually Peters Township is tied with Norwin for second and third place. So we'll see how that pounds out. Cannon Mac then is taking up the fourth seed spot. So if Mount Lebanon does lose here today, Mount Lebanon they're in fifth place currently. They're actually tied with Cannon Mac if you look at their record at 6-4-1. So this is a vital game for them. And then there's Alderdice, Baldwin, and Hempfield filling out the section. Okay, so this is a free kick for Mount Lebanon in a fairly dangerous spot. We'll see if they can convert anything here. Taking their time to get set. The refs are talking to the players out there. And here we go. And basically just kicks it out of bounds to the left side of the goal. So nothing too dangerous there. So Marcus with the kick. And Marcus boots it up to the 50. Mount Lebanon kicking it up and out of bounds. Peters Township throw. And I believe that's still Sandrowski over there throwing that in, although, yes, it is 21. I see his number now. Sandrowski again. Throws it up to the 35-yard line. And look at that. Froelich on the ball. Froelich. Oh, he dumps it off, but only as far as Braden Apple. But Braden Chases can't quite get to that ball. And so Sendro's going to throw it right into the box and see if anyone can do something with it here. And he does. He gets it right into the middle of the box. And, I believe that was Braden Apple. Got his foot on it, but sent it over the goalpost. So in other sections, Seneca Valley in the lead in Section 1. North Allegheny, second, Fox Chapel, and then Butler, rounding out the top 4 so far. As you would somewhat expect, wouldn't you? So it'll be an interesting last little bit of the season here. But I think Peters Township is in a good position, certainly controls their own destiny here. Okay, so Mount Lebanon trying to connect some passes, but can't quite get that. And Alex Parise over to Dante Pusateri trying to track that ball down, and looks like it goes out for a corner. So not too bad. Another set piece here for Peters Township. Let's see if they can convert on this. Dante setting up to take the kick. Alex right in front of the goal. And here comes, it's bouncing around, but no one can quite get there. Oh, but here comes Dante again and kicks it towards the goal. I don't think he got quite what he wanted on that ball. But, hey, you got to take that shot because you just never know. Goaltender for Mount Lebanon boots it out to the 50. It takes a bounce up to the 30-yard line where Mount Lebanon tries to control it, corral it. Number 31 falls down but was able to get it out to his player. And then Mount Lebanon, okay, they're doing something here, but number 3 tries to get a cross in, and it looks like it went out off his foot for a goal kick. And Matthew Pollock subbing in for Peters Township. Alex Parise fighting through 2 guys, fights him off, gets the ball. Oh, nice. Out to Dante Pusateri. Dante beating his man. Boy, this is good stuff by Peters. They're really fighting here. Pollock on the ball. Pollock wants to shoot and does, but it looks like it went right of the goalpost there. I thought maybe it took a deflection, but it looks like it just went a little bit wide to the right. And so Mount Lebanon's goaltender, dressed in bright green, takes the kick. Not the greatest kick, and it's coming back his way. Well, Froelich on the ball, kicks it to Apple. Apple into the middle of the field, and Alex Parise comes up with it, and Dante Pusateri now. Dante getting past his man, but Mount Lebanon comes up with it and kicks it upfield. And between Matthew Pollock and Sawich, they were right there to stop the ball, kick it out of bounds, let everybody kind of get their breath and reset here. And throw in for Mount Lebanon at midfield. Ball getting headed around at midfield here. And Sawich kicks it up. Mount Lebanon. Peters. Mount Lebanon. It's a little bit of ping pong right now. Very dangerous ball. Coming off Caden Hensler. But Caden Hensler actually did a great job to get that ball back without drawing the foul. Now, of course, Mount Lebanon wants the foul, but I didn't see anything there. He got the ball. They both went down. You certainly can't call him for that. Well, I suppose you could if you wanted to, but they didn't. And so it's out on the far side for Peters Township. No, I'm sorry, a Mount Lebanon throw. Okay, now we've got Froelich with the ball. Froelich running down the far side of the field, gets it out to Alex Parise. Parise goes down and is calling for the corner, but it's called as a goal kick. So Mount Lebanon keeper places the ball, lines it up, and here's the kick. A better kick this time, right up to midfield. Froelich kicks it up in Parise's direction, and it goes out of bounds. Adam Sandrowski to take the throw. With the big throw out to the corner of the goal box. And a big kick by Parise just a little bit to the left of the goal post. Beautiful try. A lot of chances for Peters. Still a 0-0 score with 13 minutes to go. Peters definitely seems to be the stronger of the two teams, but doesn't have anything to show for it so far. Braden Apple with the header. Nathan Froelich on the ball. Oh, a dangerous slide tackle by Braden Apple. Gets called for a foul, and it'll be a free kick for Mount Lebanon. Not too dangerous. Just dangerous enough to be fun. Didn't draw any cards. I personally like that kind of tough play. So Mount Lebanon kicks it right to the start of the box, but then Peters gets it and kicks it out of bounds roughly at the 40, 45-yard line. Mount Lebanon throw. Out of bounds again. But this time for a Peters throw. Looks like Peters getting ready to sub. Mount Lebanon subbing as well. And I believe it's the front line for Peters Township that will be called back on, which will be Brett Martin, Blake Gablehart, and Jevin Kelly. And so let's see if in the last 11 and a half minutes here, if Peters can put something together, get something in the back of the net, make everyone feel a little bit more comfortable going into halftime. It's a Mount Lebanon throw-in. And Parker Weiss on the ball, fighting for the ball. And it's kind of bouncing around there at the corner of the 18 there, corner of the box. Comes out to Brett Martin. Brett Martin heads it up and then gets the ball back and kicks it upfield. Is Blake Gablehart going to be able to get it? No. But Caden Hensler back to Jevin on the ball. Puts his head on there and again, a bit of ping-ponging back and forth right now. Oh, a good ball by number 10, Mount Lebanon, but they're not able to convert anything from that ball. But it does go out for a corner kick, so fans on the Mount Lebo side definitely cheering, getting into it now. And I'm sure they would love to see their team score here. It would definitely sway the flow of the game. So the ball up in the air, and there was a foot on it, and it goes out for a goal kick. Marcus Biziak bringing the ball out. So it is youth night tonight here at Confluence Stadium here in Peters Township. Always a fun night where the youngsters, which were all of these guys not very long ago, get to run out on the field and have a good time at halftime. With all the rec coaches, all the rec teams. Seems like only yesterday we were doing that with these guys. And here they are, grown men. Crazy. In any case, ball's back in play. Jevin Kelly on the ball. Jevin wants to get a shot. I know he does at this point, but he's not getting past all those Mount Lebo players. Those Blue Devils have the ball now, and they are trying to come up the field, and they sort of just kick it right back to Caden Hensler, who kicks it up to Brett Martin. Blake Gablehart on the ball now. And Blake wants a goal. I can feel it with these guys, and he's getting close. But again, Mount Lebo, their defense, pretty decent at shutting these guys down when they get that close. So it's out for a corner, though. Blake earned the corner, and Jevin Kelly will take the kick. So 8 minutes left in this game. Let's see if we can get something here. Jevin with the kick. It's in. Kind of a shot and off. I believe Brett Martin's head, but... And, yes, out for a goal kick. Brett thought maybe it deflected off one of the Mount Lebo players on its way out, but that's not how the ref saw it. And Blake Gablehart and center judge having a little conversation. Looks fairly harmless. Ball comes up to the 40. And it looks like the keeper is going to get there, and he just puts a foot on it because it was heading out beyond the line, and he didn't want to take the chance of getting a handball called on him. So he did the smart thing, kicked it out of bounds. Can't blame him there. Logan Sawich with the throw in. Logan with the big throw into the box, comes off somebody's head, and it is called a corner kick. So again, Jevin running out to take the corner. Jevin Kelly with the kick. And a good kick in. Oh, and it came right off Brett Martin's head and just right over the goalpost. The crossbar, I know these guys will correct me later when we're watching this. When you grow up watching a lot of football, everything's a football term. Took me forever to realize that a free kick was not a penalty. And a penalty in soccer is something completely different. Now Gablehart on the ball. Gablehart fighting through a bunch of guys. Sandrowski comes up with it. Sandrowski to Jevin. Jevin can't beat that man. Is the Mount Lebanon player kicked it out of bounds, so it is a throw in again. Off of Mount Lebanon head. Off of Mount Lebanon foot. Up to the 10-yard line. Brett Martin. And Matthew Pollock, I believe, still out there. Yep. And Sawich chasing. Number 7 for Mount Lebanon, doing some fancy skills, fancy footwork. To not too much avail. Brett Martin, slide tackles. And Mount Lebanon will get a corner kick out of this. So we got 5 minutes left to play. And so far, 0-0. Mount Lebanon, of course, would love to get a score here. Send Peters Township into halftime with something to think about. So let's see what they can do. And it comes off of Peters' head. And then Froelich kicks it up to Gablehart chasing now. Gablehart gets there, and it goes out of bounds for a Peters Township throw. Adam Sandrowski on the throw. Letting his team set up a little bit. Here it comes. Headed up in the air. Jevin with the header. Ball bouncing around a bit. Cam Glass on the ball. He's got a little room closing in, though. He's looking for feet, and he finds Brett. I think that was Gable Hart that he found, and it got kicked back out, but Peters Township still in possession. Mount Lebanon with the ball. And intercepted by Peters Township. Matthew Pollock. And Parker Weiss just blocking it out to go out for a goal kick. So Peters Township definitely playing a strong defense here. Out of bounds for a Peters throw. Adam Smiga coming in. Relieving Matthew Pollock. Okay, Froelich on the ball now. Froelich has a little space, but it is closing down. Oh, what a turn by Brett Martin. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's Gable Hart again. And the two of them from this distance, when they're running, they look a little similar. That was Gable Hart tried to do a nice back kick. Didn't quite work out, but it was a good idea. Brett Martin on the ball. Brett Martin crosses over potentially to Jevin. Jevin fighting to get that ball. Jevin still fighting. And Brett Martin now. Froelich, Jevin. Jevin kicks it up back into the box. Oh, my goodness. This is some dangerous stuff here. Dangerous in a good way. We like the good kind of danger here in Peters Township. Adam Smiga with the throw. Gable Hart, oh, what a bounce. And Gable Hart heads it right into the net, and that is a Peters Township goal. Let's go, Peters Township. Let's go. So that was a good team effort there. And Blake really finished that ball off nicely, kept with it, and just finally got his head on that over the goalkeeper to get it in the back of the net. So here we go, 1-0. That's what we like. Right before half, 2 minutes left. Mount Lebanon trying not to give up and lose faith here. Let's see if they can put anything together in the last couple minutes. They have the throw in at the Peters Township end of the field. And not able to put anything together there. And it is a Peters Township throw. Out of bounds. Mount Lebanon. Caden Hensler with the header. And they do call that handball on Adam Smiga. It was an unfortunate bounce. He didn't really have his hand far away from his body, but it was enough to call it. And I think being 1-0 down, the refs are being a little lenient towards the Blue Devils. So let's see if they can do anything here and make this game, something exciting going into half. So the wall is forming up. And here's the kick. Oh, right into the wall. Number 31 looked like he had a good idea where he wanted to place it, but unfortunately, that red wall was right there to deflect. Now it does go out for a corner. We've got 45 seconds left. So Mount Lebanon with plenty of time to do something here. Ball in, headed out by Peters. Ball's coming back in, you would think, but kicked out by Peters. And unless Mount Lebanon really hurries, well, they do. Ball's in, Mount Lebanon. Still bouncing around. And it goes out for a goal kick. So that's going to be the last play of this game, you would think. We're down to 15 seconds. And here comes the 10-second count off by my friend Chris Weiss. And that wraps up the first half. And not a bad half it was. We got the one score out of it that we really wanted to get. After all that hard work, it's good to go in halftime with one. So let's see what we can do in the second half. And we will be back shortly. Welcome back. The second half of the Peters Township Indians versus the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. And we have Alex Parise chasing. Parise starting the second half. Jevin Kelly in there. Looks like they've switched things up a little bit. And an early shot on goal. Well, close to on goal anyway by Alex Parise. So Alex is playing left wing. It looks like Blake Gablehart in the center. And Dante Pusateri out on the right wing. So starting the second half a little bit different than they started the first. And Alex trying to reach Pusateri. And Alex with another shot on net. So Alex is hungry for goals in the first couple minutes of the second half here. And I won't be surprised if he gets one. But we shall see. The keeper kicks it out to the 50, where it bounces off Cam Glass. Number 14 for Mount Lebanon kicks it up to his left winger. And he's stopped there by Logan Sawich. Out of bounds for Mount Lebanon throw. And Sawich just blocking out the Mount Lebanon player for the ball to roll out for a goal kick. So Marcus sets the ball in place, and when his team's set, here comes the kick. Kick up to the 50. And bounces over a few heads before a Mount Lebanon player puts a foot on it, but just in time for Froelich to take it. And Froelich gets it out to Alex Parise. Alex Parise so fast there. He chips it back to Jevin. Jevin's going to want to take a shot. He misses one player, and he gets it over to Alex. Oh, Alex takes a shot, but it deflects off a Mount Lebanon player. Still bouncing around. Let's see if Froelich can get it, and not quite. So it goes out for a Peters Township throw. And it's thrown in. Mount Lebanon head gets it. Jevin on the ball. He's going to bring it back around, and he kicks it over to Sandrowski, who comes up from all the way back in play and is looking for someone now to pass it off to, and ends up kicking it out of bounds. Mount Lebanon with the throw. And out of bounds for a Peters Township throw. So it looks like Jevin Kelly has moved to an attacking mid position along with Froelich. Gablehart, Alex Parise, and Dante Pusateri forming the front line. Cam Glass kind of playing right there in the middle, sort of everywhere at all times. And then Sandrowski and Sawich on the left and right wing. With Parker Weiss playing I believe a double center back position along with Caden Hensler. And here comes Peters Township. Here's Dante Pusateri. Dante wants to cross it into the middle and does, and Gablehart tries to get that ball. He goes down. Gablehart still. Alex Parise just waiting for that to pop out, but the goaltender corrals it. So Mount Lebanon's tender keeper really busy this evening. I sure do like that bright green keeper uniform he has on. Makes it easy for an old man like me to see. Mount Lebanon with the throw. Peters Township. Jevin Kelly. Jevin trying to beat a man but goes down instead. And here comes Mount Lebanon. Got a little bit of playroom. But Parker Weiss just takes it off him and then has some space. Gets it way up to Gablehart. What a ball. And kicked out by the Mount Lebanon defender. So it'll be a throw in for Peters Township. Way up towards the corner. And they tried to get a quick throw out of it, but then the ref called it dead and said, hey, the ball's way up here by the corner, boys. And so, not quite a corner kick, but with Sawich thrown, he can certainly throw it into the box, and we'll see what we can get here. Logan Sawich. Thrown in, it comes off a Mount Lebanon head, bouncing around, and Mount Lebanon boots it out. Jevin Kelly heading it up in the air and then getting the ball back, and here comes Jevin. Jevin keeping the ball. He's coming. Yeah, but then number 10 cuts him off. Jevin wants to get that ball back. He's working. And here comes number 10 again for Mount Lebanon. And a decent ball to number 5. Not quite able to get there. Gets cut off by Sandrowski. Parker Weiss was also there. But it is a corner kick for Mount Lebanon. So Mount Lebanon's first real possibility here of the second half. And if they could actually come up with one here, they'd be right back in this. You know they want that. This is do or die for them. And the kick. Headed out by Peters Township. 31. Mount Lebanon tries to get it out to his player on the wing, but it is kicked out by Peters. So it'll be a throw in. And a quick throw in it is. Number 25 has a couple men to beat, and he's going to go down instead. And then Sawich just kicks it way up the line. It comes off a Mount Lebanon player out for a Peters Township throw. And the throw. Again. Out off a Mount Lebo player. Out for Peters Township. No. Mount Lebanon throw it'll be. And Cam Glass fighting hard. 2 players go down. Here comes Mount Lebanon, but cut off again. Beautiful play by Sandrowski. Gets it all the way up to Gablehart. And if Gablehart can beat his man, which he is very good at doing, can't. Whoa. Look at that, how he comes up with that ball again. Alex Parise fighting to get that possession. But it comes out and back up to the 50 by Mount Lebo. And here we go. But again, same play they just tried about 30 seconds ago. And same result. Sandrowski gets that ball, and he's going to kick it way up the field. You can tell right to Gablehart again. So we don't mind that. Gablehart, you give him that many chances, he's eventually going to beat you. Blake looking for the shot, and he takes it. Didn't quite get everything on it. And the goalkeeper didn't have too much effort expended with that one. The kick out to midfield. Caden Hensler Boots it back up to midfield. And Froelich chasing, but Mount Lebanon on the ball. Parker Weiss comes up with it. Parker Weiss to Jevin Kelly. Jevin Kelly, man on. Jevin gets it up, but a little bit too far for Gablehart to catch. And again, the kick from the mighty green goaltender of Mount Lebo. Brought down by Mount Lebo. And the Blue Devils on the move, but Caden Hensler always there to stop their progress. And here comes Blake Gablehart. Oh, and a nice save by the keep. That was very dangerous, almost a repetition of what was happening in the goal they scored in the first half. Gablehart looked like he might be able to just kind of get his head on that, but the keep made a diving sort of deflection with his hand and got it out of danger's path. So the ball bouncing around at about the 25-yard line. Here we go. Froelich on the ball. Gablehart with a little touch, and it comes out to Cam Glass. Cam Glass gets it, tries to get it to Parise. And now the Blue Devils on the ball. They get it to the outside. It bounces up in the air, and wow, here comes Caden Hensler. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was Logan Sawich over there on that side. He does a beautiful play to jump over his player there and get that ball. And slightly dangerous there. But again, Sandrowski is there to deal with it. Really, really solid back there. That back line of Sandrowski, Weiss, Hensler, and Sawich. Froelich. Up to Pusateri. Pusateri fighting to get that ball. Can't quite get there. He had two guys sort of blocking him out, but it does go out for Peters Township throw. And Froelich puts his foot on it and almost gets there, but it looks like it's going out for a goal kick. Just had a little bit too much on that to catch up with. Brett Martin coming in for Alex Parise. So the goal kick for Mount Lebanon. And a low one it is, and Brett Martin gets the first touch of when he comes back in off his head there. And here, oh, nice little chip play. Oh, Brett Martin's right there to get the head on it. And Gablehart wants to clean that one up. But a Mount Lebanon player is there, kicks it out of bounds. So Peters Township knocking on the door here. Let's see if they can answer. Mount Lebo clears it with the defender's head. And then Sawich gets the call against him. So Mount Lebanon to kick. And they put it all the way up to the 25. And Caden Hensler kicks it just out of bounds. Lets his team reset. The throw in. Jevin Kelly chasing. Parker Weiss does get the ball and actually kicks it up. And Sawich again kicks it out of bounds. So Mount Lebanon throw. Mount Lebanon substituting here. Number 11 and 13 going in for number 5 and number 7. I'll know your names by just about the time my boys are graduating. Braden Apple subbing in for Peters Township. Jevin Kelly on the ball, kicks it up to Braden. Braden chasing. Plenty fast is Braden, and let's see if he can get it to, oh, look at this. Brett Martin. I believe that was Brett Way over there, and he wants that one back. That was a nice play by Braden Apple. And it looks like Brett couldn't just quite control that, put it right where he wanted to go, but give him that play 10 times, he's going to get it 9 out of 10, so not going to hold it against him. Ball out to midfield. Sandrowski on the ball. Sandrowski still on the ball, beating his man, and he goes down. And he will get the call for Peters. And he will take the kick. So from this distance, always makes for an interesting play when you have a leg like Sendro's. He's going to send it in. And the keeper bobbles it. Fortunately for him, it came out far enough for the Mount Lebanon player to take it. Oh, and he does a nice little pass to his number 13. Number 13. Uh-oh, that's dangerous. But the goaltender does what he does so well, comes out and saves the day there on a dangerous ball. So Marcus Biziak there with is probably his first real pressure sort of play. And he comes up beautifully there. Throwing for Peters. Brett Martin with the throw. And it's going to be a Peters Township corner kick. So Adam Smiga running out to take the kick. And here it is. Oh, Parker Weiss almost got his head on it. Oh, and Gable Hart does get his head on it a couple times. But it comes back out. Sawich heading it back up to Parker Weiss. And Parker Weiss goes down on the sidelines. It was going out of bounds, and it will be a Peters Township throw. Nothing too malicious there, just two guys trying to get to that ball first. So it's actually going to be a free kick. And Sendro to take it. Sendro. Ball bouncing around. See if anyone can get there. Apple dancing around. He finds a player in the middle, and it's Froelich, and the ball gets kicked out by Mount Lebanon. Peters Township throw. Adam Sandrowski with the big throw into the box. And here we go. Froelich almost gets his head on it, but the ball gets kicked out and not quite out of bounds. Throw in for Mount Lebo. Adam Smiga giving chase. Goes out of bounds. Oh, number 11 fighting through a player. And still fighting. But then Sendro just boots it out. Throw in. Blue Devils. And Marcus comes out of his little safe area to collect that ball and bring it back down. And here comes the boot. Way up into the lights, and when it comes down, it has found almost the 30-yard line. Cam Glass, Sandrowski. Martin tries to head it, and it comes right back to him. Good stuff, Froelich. No, that was Apple, but then it comes back out. Oh, Good stuff by Parker Weiss. I think it is way over there. Fighting for that ball and doesn't get the call to go his way. Mount Lebanon throw. Cam Glass giving chase. Adam Smiga. Mount Lebanon's putting together a few passes here. And the back heel pass by number 11 doesn't quite go the way he intended. So it's a Peters Township throw. Sandrowski. Out for another throw, I believe. I'm sorry, that might be Sawich over there. It's getting a little bit dark right there at midfield for me to see who that is over there taking the throw. It's one of our captains. Oh, it's Parker Weiss. It's got to be. Looks like Jevons coming in for Nathan Froelich. Give Froelich a little bit of a breather. He doesn't come out too often, so. It looks like Jevons taking a fairly high position up there. I imagine tacking mid position. And ball comes down. Peters trying to corral it, but can't quite do it before it heads out of bounds for a goal kick. And the kick. Midfield. Peters Township header. Mount Lebanon finding feet. But Sendro breaks that up. For a minute anyway. Number 10 for the Blue Devils. And the whistle blows. And I guess he called that on Mount Lebanon. Brett Martin had fallen down. I'm not sure there was too much there, but we'll take it. Parker Weiss. Big boot. Mount Lebanon comes up with it. And waits a little long for that pass. I think had he passed that earlier, he had a runner ready to get it. Here comes Blake Gablehart the other way, and he's called offsides. And from that angle, I'll just have to take the ref's word for it. No one seems to be complaining too much. Adam Smiga on the ball. Number 25 from Mount Lebanon out to the corner trying to chase that ball down and does come up with it, but isn't able to do anything before Logan Sawich takes it off him. And oh, look at this. Come on, Blake. Blake's got the speed to get that ball, but the Mount Lebanon player does the smart thing and just kicks it out of bounds. Alex Parise coming back on. Takes over for Blake, gives Blake a little bit of rest after, well, he's been definitely showing his speed out there, so he probably could use a little breather. So we've got Alex in the center there. Braden Apple on the left wing. Brett Martin on the right. Jevin Kelly kind of backing him up at that center mid position. Let's see if the combination of the four of them can create something here. It looks like Sandrowski and Adam Smiga heading over to the sidelines. Maybe just getting a drink. I'm not sure what the pause is here, but almost like a water break. Coach Bobby Dyer over talking to the side judge. One can only guess what that's about. And Dante Pusateri looks like he has come back on and is taking the throw. And the throw. Headed up. And kicked out. Booted back up to the 40. Parker Weiss fighting for the ball. Bounces it back to... Alex Parise on the ball. Bounces it off to Jevin. Jevin wants a shot. Jevin's taking a shot, but sends it over. Goaltender getting his fair share of goal kicks today. Cam Glass. Cam Glass fighting. Looking for Braden Apple. Nice 1-2 by Braden Apple, and Alex Parise on the ball. Gets it over to Jevin Kelly. Jevin Kelly takes the ball. He's keeping, well, no, he gets it back to Parise. Parise, I think, tries to take a shot, but right at a Mount Lebanon player. Peter still with the ball, but then kind of gets kicked out. And the throw in, Caden Hensler heads that ball, and it looks like it's already out of bounds by the time Dante Pusateri gets his head to it. And Mount Lebanon knocking on the door, but can't quite put anything too serious there. So it will be a Peters Township goal kick.
Substitution for Peters, Matthew Pollock.
Matthew Pollock coming in for Adam Smiga. And the kick up to midfield, off a Mount Lebo head to a Mount Lebo foot. Number 5, Mount Lebanon to, can't tell the number, but, he dribbles around a guy or two, and he's still dribbling around a guy or two. But Caden Hensler gets the ball and kicks it out. So Mount Lebanon putting something together here, looking a little bit dangerous, maybe more dangerous than they've looked for the half up till now. Marcus Biziak fairly easily and confidently catches that ball, though. And that was what Mount Lebanon had to offer there. So Cam Glass on the ball. Dante Pusateri still working. He gets it up. Cam Glass working. Matthew Pollock. And he gets a nice ball up there to Braden Apple. Braden Apple, nice ball to Brett Martin. Brett Martin looking. And just had it taken off him by number 30 defensive player for Mount Lebanon, who kicks it out of bounds. And we've got another substitution. So Froelich coming on for Apple. And Zandrowski with the throw. Right to Nathan Froelich, but intercepted by one of the Mount Levy players. So back to midfield now. And they're on the move. Kind of a nice little side kick, and this is a dangerous play here for Mount Lebanon, but kicked out. Kicked out smartly, and I couldn't see if it was Caden Hensler or Adam Zandrowski. No matter, one of them got their foot on it and kicked it out of danger's way. So the throw in by number 20, Mount Lebo. And he's got a strong throw right into the box, headed out. Number 20 again, going to kick it in, but he kicks it out of bounds. His throw was a little better than his kick. That's not a judgment. Or is it? In any case.
Substitution for Peters, Logan Sawich.
Logan Sawich back on. And it looks like Logan has something wrapped around his head, so he must have, unless I'm just seeing things, maybe he got a little knocker on the head. Maybe it's a bandage. But in any case, he is back out there. Sendrowski with the throw, Jevin Kelly with the head, and Froelich back to Jevin. Jevin wants a shot, and Jevin is just high and wide today. And so another goal kick for the Green Lantern. Anything but blue for Mount Lebo's keeper. And he kicks it up to midfield, seems to be his spot. Sawich. Glass. Sawich. And Sendro kicks it out for a Mount Lebanon throw. Blue Devils taking their time here, getting set. Getting down to the 10-minute mark, so Mount Lebanon must know they need to put something together here to keep their chances alive. I don't know that I'm seeing the spark it's going to require, but that can change in an instant. Jevin Kelly kicking it up to Nathan Froelich. Nathan Froelich giving chase. He's got a defender to beat and can't quite get there. So Mount Lebanon kicks it out for a Peters Township throw. And the throw in. Oh, it's bouncing around in a dangerous spot, but the keeper comes up with it. And boots it out. Sawich. Doesn't matter that he's got a bandage on his head. He's going for that ball anyway. Takes a big header off a very high-kicked ball. These guys aren't little kids anymore, ladies and gentlemen. These are grown men. It was quite fun to see the little ones out there at halftime. Brings back a lot of memories of all these guys not all that long ago. Mount Lebanon keeping some possession here. And Alex Paris gets to it, boots it up the field and out of bounds. Mount Lebanon throw at the 10-yard line. Number 10 beating four guys, until he kicks it over to Sawich, and Sawich boots it out of bounds. So Mount Lebanon definitely with some skill, some talent out there, and potentially knocking on the door here. Oh. Good stuff by Alex Paris to get that ball away, and now he's trotting up the field. He wants to find Brett Martin. Can't. Whoa. Takes a nice bounce for Peters. And Froelich on the ball now. Froelich looking to beat this man. But the man beats him and boots it back down. So Mount Lebanon now retaliating here. Oh, good stuff by Sawich. Gets that ball. And it's out of play. Mount Lebanon with the throw. Sawich just everywhere here. I think that bandage is. I don't know what it's doing, but he seems to be everywhere on that ball right now. Matthew Pollock. Pollock kicks it up the sidelines and out. Mount Lebanon to throw. Matthew Pollock tries to head it up and over. Let's see, who is this off of? It's a Mount Lebanon throw, so they're working. They're certainly not giving up. There's 6 minutes, 50 seconds left. And the throw. And the header goes right to Marcus Biziak. And stoppage of the clock here. The ref wants to say something to Logan Sawich, who is trotting off the field. I'm wondering if maybe the bandage came loose with all the heading and everything else he was doing there. He might have needed an adjustment on that headband there. Can't blame him for that. Okay, so Dante Pusateri coming on to fill his spot. Definitely a strong player. Coming in at that right back position. Dante's one of those players who can kind of play many different positions, so wherever he is, he's pretty much golden. And the kick. Marcus Biziak kicking it up well past the midfield line. Headed by Brett Martin, headed by Froelich, and here comes Alex Parise. Let's see if he can get it. Oh, Parise wanted that one and almost had it. Had a nice touch on that ball. But the keeper's playing solid. And Matthew Pollock gets called for shoving in the back. So this will be a Mount Lebanon free kick. And potentially a dangerous spot here, depending on how they play it out. They're taking their time to organize. And kind of just puts it in there. Sort of bouncing around in a dangerous way. Marcus wasn't quite able to come up with it. It's still bouncing. Jevin Kelly gets his head on the ball out to the 20-yard line. And now Alex Parise tries to kick it up. But Mount Lebo gets in front of it. And I believe it was Dante Pusateri who just booted it up and out. So as we get to the 5-minute mark here, Mount Lebo trying to get something going. Parise kicks it all the way up. The goaltender's going to come up, and he's going to boot it right back in. And finds a Peters Township head to go right out of bounds. Well, not quite yet. No, it's still in. Dante Pusateri kicks it up. Froelich chasing. Still chasing. Oh. Mount Lebo trying to create something here. Matthew Pollock chasing. Brett Martin chasing. But Mount Lebanon is being really strong here. They're not giving up easily. So the throw-in for Peters Township. Adam Sendrowski with the throw. Gets his head on it as it comes back in. Jevin gets his head on it. And Jevin tries to get there, and he does somewhat get there. Oh, the ball's in a good spot now. Oh, and almost a beautiful play from Brett Martin to Alex Parise. And Parise almost got his foot on it for just a beautiful strike, but just went over. So a goal kick for Mount Lebo, down to 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Mount Lebo not giving up. Out for a Mount Lebo throw at the 35-yard line. And let's see, what's he going to call here? Out for a goal kick. A little bit fortunate there. Looked like that call could have gone either way. Marcus. The kick. Out to the 45. Alex Parise sends it up to Gablehart. Gablehart chasing. This could put it away if he can get something here. And it goes out for a corner. No indication yet. Now the indication. Corner kick for Peters Township. So Parise and Kelly out to maybe create something here. They're talking about it. They're discussing it. They're basically just trying to spend some time out here, eat up the clock a bit, and it's called for a goal kick. So I'm not sure I really like that play, although maybe it was the safe thing to do. It ate up a few seconds. Jevin Kelly with the head. Jevin Kelly coming out of the ball, but doesn't quite get there, but Caden Hensler does. Oh, here's a Mount Lebo ball. Could be dangerous. Cam Glass fighting hard. The ball's in the middle now, and here we go. This is dangerous. And Pollock saves the day, kicks it out. Now Gablehart. He's going to try to beat his man. He wants something. And it gets sent out for Peters' throw. So we're down to the final minute here. Peters taking their time to get this throw in. Here it comes. Martin holding the ball as long as he can. Jevin Kelly helping out. Cam Glass. And it is out for a Peters throw. So we're down to 35 seconds, and the clock is stopped. Not any longer. The ball is back in play. Clock is running. Out for another throw in. Peters Township. Mount Lebanon doing all they can to get something down the field, but we're coming up on the 10-second mark. Clock is stopped at 12 seconds. Clock is running. We need to count this down. 3, 2, 1. And that's game, folks, and a good one it was. Peters Township getting the win that they needed. And a 1-0 game it was. Nothing necessarily too spectacular, but certainly a great win. And most certainly puts us in the playoffs. All that remains is to see what seed we become. And we still have an important game in hand. So thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time.